My friends, it is absolutely incumbent upon all of us to understand how critical this story is right now and how important it is and how critical it is for us to recognize the issue of crime and how the president has very wisely jumped on this. It's a very critical issue, and it's something that is about time. It's something that I cannot tell you how happy I am that we're talking about, because it's once and for all, it's an issue that I think we all kind of understand and we all grasp. We're paying attention to, because crime in America has always been a political football. You know this, I know this, we all know this. It's been like this since day one. It is the best issue to glom onto, to focus on. And I'm so glad the president is doing it, because I'm with him 100%. And it's also wonderful to note that we're driving them crazy, absolutely nuts by virtue of this. Muriel Bowser and others are going nuts, crazy, and it's wonderful. DC right now is now the prime playing field. And we've all seen the headlines. Crime is down. Crime is down. Violent crime drops in the capital. Really? You really think so? Do you really think that's true? Do you really think it's that serious? That it's that monumental, if anything? I don't. I don't believe for a moment. Not at all. Violent crime drops in the capital, and you keep hearing this. Is it really? And yet, when you scratch the surface, the story isn't really so clean. In 2023, DC suffered 274 murders, a 20-year high, and among the worst homicide rates in the nation. It's funny how they're trying to use these numbers to basically tell the president, back off, leave us alone. We don't need you. We don't want you here. We don't want you to be a part of this. Please go away. Let us continue to destroy the nation. Let us destroy it. We don't need you. This is the most incredible thing. So when the city posts a 32% decline the next year, it's easy for politicians to cheer, but that drop still leaves 187 people dead. It still leaves families destroyed and still leaves neighborhoods scarred. It's like bragging that the floodwaters have gone down when your house is still under 4 feet of water. It's all a matter of perspective. Violent crime fell by double digits across many categories. Assault with a weapon, robbery, burglary all saw sharp reductions from the prior year. But here's the reality. Those reductions only look impressive because the baseline was catastrophic. A 39% drop in robberies is meaningless and is little comfort to the thousands still victimized. A 25% drop in auto theft is hollow when DC's vehicle theft rate is still more than triple the national average. And carjackings, they exploded over the past 5 years, up nearly 550% from 2018 to 2023, and still the multiple times higher than pre-pandemic levels. And that's not solved. That's a sustained crime wave that's merely ebbed for now. So Democratic mayors, many of them African American, just saying, control most of America's large cities with the highest crime. Time and time again, these leaders stand behind podiums smiling and congratulating themselves when crime drops, without acknowledging that the numbers remain intolerably high. And if you didn't know better, you'd swear that some of them were in on the con. You would swear that some of them were in on trying to make this exactly what it is. You would swear that these folks were actually involved in wanting to see the crime levels rise. Make the dream great, says Uncle Eddie. Make my day. Have Nick on the show. Nick Fuentes, well, we'll see about that. He still is radioactive. We'll see about that. I would like to very, very much. But you have to be very careful because of, like I said, the radioactivity of such. But anyway, but thank you for that. I appreciate this. I think they're in on the con. I think they're playing the perception game. I think they're massaging stats and they're defining success as, less blood than last year or something. It's really a grotesque charade that leaves residents vulnerable and criminals emboldened. Now, President Trump sees through the theater. He sees exactly what's going on right now. He's declared D.C. a public safety emergency, invoking his authority to seize operational control of the Metropolitan Police under the Home Rule Act, deploying, as he's doing, the National Guard troops and surging federal law enforcement. Now, critics say it's overreach, of course. Supporters, like you and me, say it's leadership. And what's undeniable is that Trump has reframed D.C. as the proving ground for law and order. And his partnership with figures like Elon Musk signals a wider strategy, not just street policing, but digital dominance, controlling the narrative, harnessing technology to expose crime, disrupting the left's control of information, and mobilizing MAGA energy. Now, let me tell you something. The good news is, don't think that Elon is gone. Don't think that they have broken up. Don't think that the bromance is over. Not even close. Not even close. He is still important. We're also going to be using, believe it or not, Palantir-esque type of, I guess you'd call it technology to maybe find out, maybe some predictive programming. Remember, not all of this Minority Report stuff is bad. Not all of this is bad. I know that may seem sometimes somewhat contradictory, but it is not. Don't think for a moment. I also want to focus on stats and not the Bible and the 10 Commandments. The other day we were talking about it. It was just devolving into this lunacy. I'm not trying to dismiss the Bible. I'm not trying to dismiss the 10 Commandments, but we have to talk about the cold hard facts. Now, the left wants you pacified. They push selective stats to paint a rosier picture, banking on your short memory and your willingness to accept better than last year as some kind of victory. And they celebrate and they whoop it up when there's a percentage drop. Oh my God. And all the while, these folks ignore the raw body count, the shattered lives, the businesses forced to close after repeated thefts, senior citizens afraid to leave their apartments, and the parents who won't let their kids walk to school. That's still there. Crime's not gone. It's metastasized into a permanent feature of urban life under their governance. So it's not just enough to come in there and to say, here's the National Guard. Somebody has to almost do something to take control of these cities. I mean, put in a new leadership. I don't know how that's going to be done constitutionally. We never can violate the Constitution, but it's worth investigating. And you know what the most dangerous part of all this is? They've normalized it. When the murder rate was surging, they called it a pandemic hangover. When it trickled down, they said, they called it proof that their policies work. Heads they win, tails you lose. They've set the bar so low that any reduction from record high carnage is framed as historic progress. And meanwhile, every day that passes without real reform is another day that the cycle deepens. And the hard truth is this, and listen to me carefully. Statistics don't walk you to your car at night. They don't stop the kid with the stolen Glock. They don't, keep your catalytic converter from disappearing. Oh yeah, they're still taking those in spades. Numbers can be spun and redefined and reclassified. Reality cannot. And the reality in DC and in too many American cities is that danger is still the default. Remember that. Trump's crackdown is about more than one city. It's a message to every Democrat run urban center. The days of hiding behind manipulated data and media allies are over. You will be judged by reality, not by your press releases. For the MAGA movement, for us and America First, I still hope it's a rallying cry to reclaim public safety as a basic right, to reject the gaslighting, and to demand leaders who measure success not by percentages, but by whether the streets are truly safe again. That's what this is about. So keep in mind, my friends, where we are with this. This is great news. And whenever we can thank the president, whenever we can say good for him, let us do so. Let us fix this. This is the most, by the way, Marshall is always Martial. Okay? Martial law, posse comitatus, always a risk of that. Always a posse comitatus. Absolutely. Positively. Could it be a variation of that? Yeah, it could. It could. It certainly could. That's true. But what do you want to do? Do you want to just become frozen? Listen, I'm telling you right now, a lot of this is symbolic. A lot of this, one could argue, and I think it could be made, that this is really unnecessary. That this is unnecessary. That the president should be leading, because should be reaching out to Muriel Bowser and asking, how is everything going? How are you feeling? What can we do to help? As opposed to trying to embarrass her, which is exactly what he's doing. And I'm all for it. Listen, this is war. Don't let these people fool you. These are not our friends. And I'm also finding, and this is a hard thing for me to say, this show, but in our city of New York, there are people who all of a sudden love this Eric Adams. Like he's this terrific guy. Do you remember what Eric Adams said in the old days? Do you remember what he said when he was proudly saying these sanctuary cities? He was thrilled by them. I'm thinking, what are you talking about? There are people who are actually trying to destroy this country, and you know it's true. And it may sound like I'm exaggerating, but I'm not. I'm telling you exactly the truth. You know what I'm doing. Whenever the president can stand and assert himself, it's time for us to say, we must stand behind him and say, good for you, sir. Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you, sir. Thank you for what you're doing. Thank you for making us proud again. That's it. Because up till now, let's face it, with this crew, I have not been feeling good in the least, whether it's, Pam Bondi or Kash Patel. I've not felt at all good or strong that they know what they're doing. I'm sorry to say that, but it's true. It's absolutely true. It's been something that's been bothering me tremendously. But here's the bottom line. This is what's important. This is what we have to grasp. This is a president right now who is doing the best he can. I don't know where my camera went just now, but I'm going to keep going. I'm frozen in some kind of weird fog. Maybe this will come back. There we go. When the president is not doing something right, it is incumbent for us to tell him exactly what he's doing wrong. Okay? It's that simple. And when he's doing something right, it's further incumbent for us to tell him, you're doing the right move. You're doing perfectly. This is great. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. He needs our support. Now, there's a lot going on. I did a piece on this. Nick Fuentes, I think, is absolutely the most fascinating story of them all, because what it is yet again, another example of people showing how let me just say it. There are people who immediately start off and say, hey, I like President Trump. Then they start making money. Their CPAC. Charlie Kirk owns Turning Point USA. He's their thing. Bannon kind of sort of maybe did that a little bit. Everybody enjoys Candace Owens. She is so off. She is off the reservation. Did you hear her? I saw a clip or a short of her suggesting, why does she do this? Why does she battle for this? Why does she battle? Why? Why? Well, she battles apparently because of a little black kid who stole a car and did so because he didn't know better. I don't even know. I don't even know what she was talking about. The infighting with Milo, with Nick. Nick says that Milo is accusing. I'm not saying this, but Nick was saying that Milo says that Candace's husband's gay and this one's gay and everybody's gay. This is petty, and that might be fun, kind of the infighting, but that's not what I'm here for. I really don't care about anything other than this country and this president. And I believe in I'm serious when I tell you, to make America great again. I really believe that. That is not just some kind of an expression. We have people out there in the world who are the usual suspects. I'll tell you another group. Have you noticed the same groups who are into the anti-Zionism, anti-Israel, when I say anti-Israel government, not anti-Israel per se, but the pro-Palestinian, it's the same group of people. They're repeating themselves now over. Now, the good news is Trump and Putin are going to be meeting. Thank God. Thank heavenly God this is happening. Thank God. And it is one of those things which is so important and so critical that we try to avert what could be ultimately the end of civilization as we know it. The end of civilization as we know it. This is a nuclear superpower. Do I have to remind you? This is what we're talking about. And somebody said something where Trump said, well, I'm going to do a lot more listening. Translation, I don't know what the hell is going on. And Putin's going to say, I'm going to do the talking. Listen to me. I've been helping you as much as possible, but we're going to do it my way because this is ridiculous. If you think I'm going to sit back and we're going to give anything back. They want the 4 oblasts plus Crimea. That's it. They want Ukraine to end up in essence a result. I guess it's some kind of almost like a defanged rump state. So there you have it with that. So anyway, so that's where that is going. I want you, my friends, to not lose faith, but understand something. I can make the argument that what the president is doing is wrong. I can make the argument that what he's doing is exceeding his authority, that you've got to back off. But I'm being honest with you. I am so tired of this government being pushed around by these people that I'm glad to see something being done that shows them we mean business. Do you hear what I'm saying? I want them to feel our wrath. And if it's technically unconstitutional, well, they didn't care when they deprived our brave patriots who were kept in underground gulags in D.C. after January 6th. They didn't care. They didn't care about Ashley Babbitt. They didn't care about anything. You know what? I'm going to return the favor. Payback's a bitch. You got that? All right, my friends. You have been wonderful and swell and great, and I thank you. You've been so courteous. You've been so wonderful. Don't lose your momentum. Don't lose your fight. Don't wait for Fox News to tell you this is what we're going to do. We will tell you. There are many of us out there who are lauding this. Thank God to pray. And I realize it's people like sometimes Judge Napolitano who are strict constitutionalists might find this a bit reprehensible, a bit overreaching. You know what? So be it. In any event, dear friends, thank you. Have a great and a glorious and a beauteous day. I thank you so much for your support and being a part of this. We are family in this thing. We have been together for years, and we're not going to go anywhere. So anyway, thank you. Have a great and a glorious day. God bless America. God bless this wonderful man. God bless. There he is. This our friend President Trump. And thank you for your steadfast adherence to the principles of our noble constitutional republic. All right, my friends, we'll see you next time. Remember, like this video, stay tuned, subscribe to the channel, hit that little bell so you're notified of live streams and new videos. And until we meet again, remember, the monkey's dead. The show's over. Sue ya. Da, da.